Hi everybody, welcome to today's live. Yes, I'm back outside. When I'm at this house right now, my only quiet spot is actually outside. So it's a little chilly. I'm ready for some spring weather and warmer weather. If we're not going to get any snow, let's be done with winter. My name is Laura and I'm here to have conversations of support daily with everyone. I am here to encourage and help support all of us in whatever we might be going through each day. Today, what I thought about discussing is a couple of the posts that I had done yesterday and for today are about forgiveness. The first quote I had is that forgiveness says you are given another chance to make a new beginning. And the other one that I thought was very appropriate is that forgiveness is a process, a choice you have to make over and over every day until you're free of hurt. So we don't always necessarily associate forgiveness as a result of being hurt by someone, right? So today I thought about that whole topic of forgiveness could take all day to talk about. There's so much that goes into it. It's not an easy one and done kind of thing. I'll use my own experiences to help describe what forgiveness is. But when you've been hurt or you feel someone has wronged you, learning how to forgive that person is something that isn't necessarily for that other person. It's for you to help you keep your life moving forward and for you to keep to be able to let go of that pain and hurt. It's really for your peace of mind. So when I think about the times that I've really struggled with this whole topic of forgiveness, it's because I was deeply hurt and I thought that my friendship with a person was really a friendship, and unfortunately it turns out that it really wasn't. So what I have had to work on, and like the one post I put says, sometimes it's a daily process. I've had to keep reminding myself every day that I've got to forgive that person and I need to pray for that person because they will never acknowledge or understand how deeply they hurt me with the way they treated me at a certain time. So I was waiting for them to apologize for hurting me. And once I realized that that was never going to happen, that they weren't going to, and I don't know if it's because they don't think they did anything wrong, they don't feel that I would have had any reason to be hurt, but it was also a very tough time for me because it happened in a church environment where we all think church is supposed to be supportive and always there for you no matter what. Well, in this particular situation it wasn't, and so that was a real tough time for me. It's probably been maybe 5-6 years since all this has happened, and yes, even now, years later, I struggle at certain times when this person pops into my head and the negative things that were said pop into my head. And so I have to consciously remind myself that I have forgiven that person, I've moved on from that situation, and when those negative thoughts pop in, I counter them with a positive thought and know that that my positives are going to outweigh the negatives. But the biggest hurdle I had to overcome was the fact that this person would never ever apologize to me for what happened. And once I accepted that, the forgiveness was actually a little easier for me. Like I said, sometimes it's a daily process. I didn't want to step foot in that church for I don't know how long, but I did, one step after another, day after day, and I did it. It's not been an easy journey. Forgiveness is definitely a lesson that teaches patience, that teaches empathy. I've had to figure out how I could associate myself with that person and maybe in my own head explain why they treated me the way they treated me. It's not, there will never be any full closure with this whole situation, but at least it's given me the ability to move on. Because I have learned that if you stay stuck and you stay angry, bitter, sad, hurt, all those more negative feelings, all that does is wear you down, wear your health down, and makes your life miserable. It's not affecting that other person's life at all. They don't care. They don't see the after effects of the whole situation. So the only person who can control that is ourselves, right? We can only control how we feel in our lives. So for me, part of that process has been to verbally say out loud to myself and to that person, to God, that I have forgiven that person, that I will, but it has also caused me to build a little bit of a wall, and I will freely admit that forgiveness sometimes doesn't mean you have to open yourself up to more hurt. So you are allowed to protect yourself. You need to set your own boundaries. I find in my recovery work too that forgiveness is a big issue, not only for the person that was the addict, but the family and friends of that person. That when that, we not only have to accept and forgive others who have wronged us, but we have to accept and learn to forgive ourselves when we feel that we've not done enough, or that maybe we have done something wrong. We need to be able to forgive ourselves too, because if you don't forgive yourself for the things that happen in life and the things that happen with you personally, then sorry, somebody just drove into my driveway, but I think they're just turning around, so I lost my train of thought there. But if we don't forgive ourselves, we're not going to be able to forgive anyone else. So it's a big task. It's something that you have to work on every day, for multiple days, multiple years, multiple months, whatever. But it can be done. But I've had to learn to forgive myself when working with others, that if I didn't feel that I measured up, or maybe I did something to hurt them, I need to forgive myself for that. God has forgiven us for all of our sins, and it's only right that I be able to learn how to forgive myself and to forgive others. And it is not my place to know whether or not that other person has forgiven themselves for their actions that affected me, or their actions that affected someone else, but themselves as well. So it's definitely a big journey. This is something that is a process that takes, it's like practice. You have to do it over and over and over again. And that's why every day, it may be a day where you have to go through and tell yourself, I forgive myself and others for things that have happened that are out of my control. Once you do that, your life becomes much more stress-free, happier, you know, so I hope this helps for a little bit today. For those of you that have jumped on and listened to me every day, with the, hopefully I'm sending out some encouraging words. I really appreciate your support and everything. If you're watching on the replay, let me know where you're from. Let me know that you watched it on the replay. I'm thinking about, I would love to hear some ideas from all of you on what you would like. Is there a series that you would like me to talk about? Anything that comes with support, you know, like how do we do it? What kind of ways can we support one another besides just conversations? Share with me any topics, whether it deals with anxiety, stress, the happy times, the tough times, whatever it may be. Please let me know, put it in the comments, or send me a message and ask me, and I'll see if I can come up with some conversation topics for us for next week. I will be going live again tomorrow. I enjoy working with everyone. I do want to focus a little bit on addiction and recovery in the next couple of days, so maybe that'll be one of my series that we work on together. So if you have any questions or suggestions on what you would like to talk about in the realm of having conversations, of support, any things that you're struggling with that could use some extra outside ideas, you know, because sometimes my perspective is different than yours. It's what should be, because we're all individuals, we're all unique, right? So what I think might be supportive may not work for somebody else, or my physical ability to be able to show support might differ from your ability to show support. So let me know what you think. Give me some ideas on what we can talk about in the next couple of days. I'd like to do a continuous series of topics for next week, something that I can that will have the same theme, but different portions of it throughout next week. So, you know, help me out and give me some ideas. But today, again, is all about forgiveness. I'm struggling to forgive myself for not having the best health. You know, y'all know that I've been stressed out lately because of this reevaluation with the kidney transplant team, right? So I had to talk to the 2 social workers in the last 2 days. My husband just talked to one. I think one of my daughters might have. All to make sure that we're mentally able to handle this if and when it happens. So it gets a little scary, you know, and I feel like I become a burden to others, and that doesn't sit well with me. So I've had to learn to forgive my guilty feelings for that. I need to let it go. It's out of my control. So let me know what you might be struggling with, you know, just in general terms. You know, we can pick a topic. Is it health? Is it a personality conflict with a co-worker, or family, or whatever? Let me know, and we'll come up with a series of resources for all of us, which will enable us to continue to have our conversations of support. So I look forward to talking with you all tomorrow. Please have a wonderful Friday, a great weekend. I really need some sunshine and some warmth, especially if I'm going to keep doing these lives outside, right? Can't wait till I can do them out on the beach in the summer, right? So Have a wonderful weekend. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow and Sunday, and of course every day next week. So thank you again for your support. Go check out the page, Conversations of Support, and let's work together in encouraging one another. We all deal with a lot going on in our lives, and I just want to see us show a little bit more community and be able to embrace each other, so that when we hit a rough patch, we don't feel like we have to get through it alone. Okay, so we're all here for each other. I'm here for you. I believe in you, and I hope you believe in me. So I will see you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Love you much, and blessings. Bye.